responsible manner. That's our aim.
Devyani, what does your company do? She Moves Online.
She Moves Online sells movement wear. So we really try to promote movement and healthy living. We sell technical dance wear for ballet, for jazz, for contemporary, and for hip-hop. And we sell something called active wear. And active wear is sort of a new product in the market. It's a merger between the fitness and the fashion industry, borrows its sizing and its styling from the fashion industry, but borrows performance fabric, sweat absorption capability, as well as stretch from the fitness industry. So that's what we do.
And the both of you will be on the Tonight Show at 5:30, listeners, is going to be when the winner of this competition will be decided. You've got your final round tonight, and it's been quite an involved competition. There's been rapid fire quizzes. You've had to sort of come up with scenarios to turn around ailing companies, real world companies actually, real world examples. You've been given Thomas Cook, for example, the New York Times, and been asked, if you were the CEO, what would you do to save this company? What's been the trickiest part of the competition so far?
Well, the competitors are, all of them were very good group, so it was really hard, and we're such a diverse group that it was hard trying to compete correctly, because we were just very different group of people, but all very well.
Devyani, what have you found the hardest?
I actually found the general knowledge section the hardest. I was the most nervous the night before, and my family was saying, see, this is why you should watch the news, and you should read the newspaper, and so that was probably the most nerve-wracking for me.
Have Richard and Tim been hard on you guys? Have they been tough?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Richard is like, 30 seconds.
Yes.
We're starting now. It's really nerve-wracking when someone cuts into your thoughts.
And what do you expect them to throw at you tonight? Do you know the format of the final?
No.
You're just going to turn up and they're going to throw things at you both?
Yeah, they haven't told us anything.
Yes. We're very excited, so hopefully it'll be good.
It's a mystery round.
Let's ask, I suppose, individually. I mean, this is obviously quite a large prize. Orit, what does it mean for you? If you won, how would it transform you personally and also your business?
Well, we're a small business now, and it's very hard to talk about how great the coffee is if nobody's hearing it. So this will give us a greater penetration to the market, that people can taste this great coffee that's roasted locally, and it'll give us a better footing there's so many other coffee shops or coffee roasters or coffee exporters, so this would give us a good platform.
Presumably just being in the competition has given you a certain profile as well. You must have had a lot of feedback from
that. Yes, we have it. Yes, yeah. That's why it has opened a lot of doors. Now restaurants are interested in to carry our coffee, and people are looking at it online and ordering. So it's great. It's been fantastic for us.
How do you think the prize would actually transform your business, Devyani?
Well, very similar to Orit. I think it's a matter of awareness. We have this new category of clothing called activewear for women, and we have dancewear. But if a lot of people don't know it, then what's... So we also feel that we're all ready to go. We've got, everything is set up operationally. We're sound. So if we got an influx of 5,000 orders tomorrow, I can provide it. So I just feel like that's it. That's the last step. It's the last step that we need to get going.
Have you already had, as Malcolm was asking Orit, have you already had people who've heard you on the show, who've heard you competing, who have approached the business?
Oh, you're asking me. Okay. Yes, actually it's been great. Every time I go on the radio, there's a spoke in the number of unique visitors that come up to the site. And we have had, niche people contacting us. We've had some yoga teachers, some Pilates teachers, people that have very specific requirements in terms of clothing come email us and leave us messages on Facebook and tell us how either they find the products great or if they'd like to get involved. So it has definitely given us some leverage and given us a pedestal to jump off of.
Orit, I'm interested in your business model because you're importing coffee from Ethiopia. You are actually from Ethiopia by origin.
Yes.
How did you have the contacts to even think about starting such a complicated and specialized business?
Well, actually, coffee is in my DNA. I am from a region in Ethiopia that is one of the best producing of Arabica coffee beans.
It's where coffee first came from, isn't it?
Exactly. So when I moved here, I realized there is a gap. There is a gap for fresh, locally roasted Arabica beans and traceable beans at that. And furthermore, with paying back, I've always been involved in the communities in Ethiopia and the farming community. So this was a great way of paying them back for their great hard work, sponsoring students.
Does your family have a history in coffee?
Yes,
I mean, did you have a sort of knowledge growing up?
Of course, I think
smelling the beans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I grew up around coffee beans, and it's a great part of our culture in Ethiopia. So this is about celebrating that too, that the coffee, the people, and the people who've worked really hard about this. So it's the beans I don't have to sell much. If I can just market it correctly, I think it would sell themselves.
Who are your customers here?
Well, hopefully my future customers will be everybody, but restaurants, high-end coffee, hotels, but I'm hoping to get into the supermarket chains and online customers I'm doing right now.
What is your brand name?
Boon, B-O-O-N, coffee.
Yeah.
It means coffee in Arabic, and in Amharic, and in English it means blessing.
Oh, Devyani, what niche are you trying to fill with your business, with your ladies' sportswear and activewear? No shortage of sports shops here. What's the market you see?
Well, I think that in the last maybe 5 to 10 years, this concept of group exercise has gone through the roof. There's a group called Les Mills that does classes like Body Combat and Body Pump, and there's a new wave hitting the world called Zumba dance. And so this kind of healthy lifestyle is being promoted everywhere. Governments are supporting it, and also there's just a wave taking over. So there's a lot of women I find who want to be healthy, want to go for a class and enjoy their time, but aren't necessarily athletes. I feel like these women don't have that much avenues and opportunities for sportswear in this particular market. You'd go into a typical sports store, only 25% of the space is dedicated toward women's clothing. Everything else is for men. Most of the stuff is smaller than a size 12 or a 14, but the world average is a US 14, which is a UK 16. So there aren't that many options for women who want to be healthy but are not athletes. That's the niche that I'm going for. It sounds like a niche, but it actually is quite wide. I mean, a lot of women fall into that category at some point in their lives.
So it's exercise gear for people who haven't done the fitness thing yet. I hear what you're saying. So you're saying that most of the stuff in the shops are for people who've already toned up and got down into the smaller sizes rather than the larger sizes.
Yes, I do. That is the majority of it, and I do have stuff for smaller sizes for teens, and I also have sizes for plus sizes. So it's a wide range is what we're offering.
So the process you've been through up to date on the big break is like nothing you've ever been through before. Presumably it's the education that you've had, any business education, hasn't prepared you for what you've been through so far. Tonight, moving to a whole different level, it's going to be much harder for both of you. The pressure is going to be on. Do you think this whole process that you've been through on the big break is something that could be transported back into education? Should colleges, schools even, be trying these sort of real-life scenarios more? How much has it helped you?
I think it's helped a lot. I mean, I was listening to the podcast the first time we went on, and I was nervous and I was shaky, and I was comparing it to just last night when we were in the round semifinals. And I feel like just in this short duration, public speaking has improved, confidence has improved, content management in your brain has improved. So I think that it's really great. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to just clear yourself, get your goals right, and to give a really pinpointed focus in your mind.
Or do you think this sort of process is something that could be transported into schools? Should universities and colleges, business schools, be doing more of this?
For sure, because I've learned in the last 3 weeks much more than I have ever done, because when you come in, you're nervous, you don't know what you'll be discussing, and things are thrown at you. You have to be prepared with your business, and you have to be prepared in your mind. So this has been a great experience, and a nervous wreck, but it's been a great experience. I've learned a lot, and I think for all of us, we have, and we created networks with each other, which is a better way we would have never met.
Yes.
Well, you can hear the two remaining finalists, the two women still standing tonight from 5:30. Richard and Tim will be putting them through their paces here on Dubai Eye 103.8 for that final of the big break this evening.
Thank you very much indeed for coming into the studio.